Previously, the turtle set out to find a rabbit whose liver could cure the Dragon King. Unable to take him by force, he must make him come willingly. So the turtle does not reveal the truth. Instead, he offers him something far more dangerous, an opportunity.
Good sir, Master Rabbit.
The rabbit, by nature playful and somewhat frivolous, was also small in stature, and thus no one in the mountains treated him with respect. Even creatures as small as mice and squirrels would casually call out to him, "Rabbit, rabbit," as if addressing a child. Having spent his whole life being looked down upon, he was beside himself with delight when someone suddenly addressed him with the refined title, Master. He began hopping excitedly, his whole body trembling with joy.
Who might you be over there? Who is it that calls for me? For what purpose do you seek me? Are you looking for a companion to play Go? A drinking companion? Do you call me to go admire the full moon? Or to enjoy a boat ride?
Babbling whatever came to mind, he hopped this way and that as he approached. The cunning turtle, wishing to observe the rabbit's nature, withdrew his head completely and lay still, indistinguishable from a mere object. When the rabbit came closer, he saw no one, only what appeared to be a lump of stone.
What is this? A dried cow dung or a broken pot shard?
As he puzzled over it, a sudden fear struck him.
Oh no, this is bad. A hunter must have set down his gun and gone to relieve himself. In such times, the best strategy is to run away at once.
Startled by his own imagination, the rabbit fled. The turtle thought to himself, this is a disaster. After finally finding a rabbit, could he simply let it escape? All his efforts would be for nothing. Slowly, he raised his head and called out once more.
Good sir, Master Rabbit.
This time, the rabbit did not leap, but approached slowly, step by step. As he came nearer, he saw the turtle's head emerge, something that had not been there before. It was both strange and unsettling. Keeping his distance, the rabbit asked,
I have lived in these mountains for a long time, yet I have never seen a creature like you. How do you know me, and why do you call me that way?
As the old saying goes, is it not a joy when a friend comes from afar? And yet, when a friend calls to you from afar, you do not even come closer, but instead treat him as a stranger. How discourteous.
Hearing this, the rabbit found the words reasonable. The creature before him looked unusual, and his manner of speaking was refined. He came closer, sat down beside him and asked,
Who might you be?
I am a turtle who serves as a palace official in the underwater kingdom.
The mountains and the waters are worlds apart. What business brings an official of the underwater palace to such deep mountains?
Our Dragon King governs the underwater world and must attend to countless affairs. Yet there are no capable ministers to properly assist him. Thus I have come in search of a worthy individual. I have wandered through all the famous mountains under heaven, yet have found no one suitable. But today, by chance, I witnessed the gathering of the mountain animals. As I lay quietly observing each creature, I realized that the one fit to assist our Dragon King in governing the underwater world was neither the tiger nor the bear, but you alone, sir. That is why I followed you, to invite you to the Dragon Palace.
Such praise was far beyond what the rabbit had ever received. Though grateful, he could hardly believe it.
How could you say that I surpassed the bear or the tiger?
The turtle replied at once, as if he had been waiting for the question.
Judging by your appearance, you possess the qualities of a great minister who could assist a ruler in bringing about a peaceful world. Your bright eyes reveal intelligence that grasps the principles of heaven and earth. Your eloquence recalls the greatest envoys of old, and when you occasionally doze, one is reminded of those legendary strategists whose minds never slept. Among all the animals of the mountains, none surpasses you. If you were to enter our underwater palace, you would surely become a prime minister or a great general, enjoying wealth and honor.
Hearing this, the rabbit felt that the turtle's words matched him perfectly, yet he worried. Having never studied literature, what if there were others in the underwater kingdom more skilled in writing?
How many among the ministers of the underwater palace are skilled in letters?
There are none. When the palace was built, We had to go as far as the human world to invite someone skilled in writing to compose the ceremonial inscription.
Are there any tall ministers in the underwater palace?
When it came time to raise the great beam, they searched for someone tall, and I was chosen. In that vast palace, I am the tallest. If you were to enter, all would be astonished, saying that a giant has arrived.
Hearing this, the rabbit began to think rather highly of himself. He possessed ambition and eloquence, and if there were no scholars or tall officials in the underwater palace, then by any measure he would not fall short. Still, the thought of leaving his beloved mountain home made him hesitate.
It would indeed be good to go with you, but how could I forget the joy of freely roaming these beautiful mountains?
The shallow-minded rabbit, intending to deceive the turtle, began boasting about the beauty of the mountains, yet all of it was exaggerated or false.
In spring, flowers bloom across the mountains in splendid beauty. In summer, one gazes upon white clouds rising above the peaks and escapes the heat in cool mountain streams. In autumn, the red leaves are even more vivid than spring blossoms. In winter, one admires plum blossoms blooming in the snow. Such solitary beauty is unmatched. All year round, I enjoy fine scenery, fresh air, and moonlight without paying a single coin. Living so comfortably with no one to trouble me, how could I leave such a life? Even if the underwater palace is fine, leaving home only brings hardship. I will not go.
Listening to this, the turtle was astonished. I must break his spirit, he thought.
That is quite an exaggeration. Do you think that because I live in water, I know nothing of life in the mountains? Shall I tell you the truth of your miserable existence?
Speak then.
When winter comes, cold winds howl, and snow fills the valleys. There is no grass on the ground, no fruit on the trees, nothing to eat anywhere. You hide in dark crevices, clutching your starving belly. How pitiful that must be. When spring returns, you wander desperately from valley to valley seeking food, only to find traps set everywhere, and hunters surrounding you with swift beasts. You run until your breath burns in your chest, only to have an eagle suddenly descend from the sky. How dreadful that is. In summer, the grass grows thick and the heat is unbearable. Ticks, ants, and countless insects bite your body, yet your tail is too short to swat them away. In autumn, hunters fill every peak and hounds race through every valley. You cannot fly to the sky nor burrow into the earth. How could you think of enjoying autumn leaves or chrysanthemums when you struggle merely to survive? But in our underwater palace, you would cast off all such worries and live in comfort throughout the year. That is why I came to invite you. If you refuse, then it is only you who remain pitiable. I have urgent matters, so I shall be on my way.
With that, the turtle turned and began to crawl away without looking back. Startled, the rabbit hurried after him.
Wait, sir, Master Turtle. Why are you in such a hurry?
I have said all I needed to say. Why do you call me back?
If I go to the underwater palace, will there truly be no such dangers?
Danger is like fire, and water naturally overcomes fire.
Would I not be treated poorly as one who comes from another land?
Do people live only in the land where they were born? Many leave their homeland and achieve greatness elsewhere. Who would look down on you?
Even if I go, let me at least bid farewell to my friends in the mountains.
They will only warn you not to go. If you delay, you may never leave at all.
At least I must inform my wife.
The more important the matter, the more it fails when discussed with one's wife. Go. Achieve success in the underwater palace, and then send a grand carriage to bring her. Would that not be far better?
With every question the rabbit asked, the turtle skillfully deflected and guided him step by step forward. At that moment, a meddlesome young fox suddenly leapt out from behind a bend in the mountain path and called out,
"Hey, Rabbit, where are you going?"
I am going to the underwater palace to enter official service.
"Oh no, do not go.
And why should I not go?
Water is dangerous by nature, and official service is no small danger either. Long ago, there were brilliant ministers and generals who rose to the highest ranks through talent, only to be destroyed in the end by rulers, courtiers, and rivals. If you go to the underwater palace, you too are bound to die in such a way. Is there not an old saying, when the rabbit dies, the fox weeps? If you die, how grieved I shall be. Please, do not go.
The words sounded plausible enough. The rabbit, swayed by the fox's warning, turned to the turtle.
I cannot go. You should go on alone. They say that once one enters official service, one can no longer live freely and may die unjustly in the end. Why should I travel so far only to die?
The turtle thought to himself that the fox had ruined everything at the very last moment. Quietly, he began to drive a wedge between the fox and the rabbit.
So that is your good friend? If he himself has no fortune, how could he ever recommend it to another?
Making an excuse, the turtle turned and began crawling down the mountain without looking back. The rabbit hurried after him.
What do you mean he has no fortune?
It pains me to speak ill of such a close friendship, but since you ask, I will answer. I have been on land for several months now, and during that time the fox once came to me, asking to be taken along. But his appearance was too frivolous, and his heart too cunning. When times are good, he flatters others, but once offended, he will do harm by any means, so I refused him. Now it seems he intends to separate you from me and come in your place.
The rash rabbit believed him at once and cursed the fox.
That fox has always behaved that way. No matter what anyone says, I will follow you, sir.
The two of them descended the mountain together, and after traveling for some time, they arrived at the seashore. The rabbit looked out and was astonished. Blue waters surged endlessly, stretching all the way to the horizon, so vast that he could not tell where the sea ended and the sky began. He startled.
Is all of that water?
Indeed it is.
And you lived in that?
I did.
But would not water enter your nostrils? How could you possibly breathe?
That is why my nostrils are so small.
My nose has large nostrils. What would I do?
Pluck some mugwort and close them up.
And how deep is it?
Why, only about as deep as our ankles.
What nonsense. If one were to fall in there, he would descend for a month without touching the bottom.
I shall go in first. You stand there and see whether I speak truth or lies.
The turtle leapt into the sea and floated lightly upon the water.
Where is it deep?
Are you swimming?
Come in and see for yourself.
Acting clever, the rabbit decided to test it first. Keeping his front paws on the shore, he dipped only his hind feet into the water. In an instant, the turtle rushed forward, seized the rabbit's hind legs, and dragged him in. The rabbit fell with a splash and swallowed a great deal of seawater. Whether the rabbit liked it or not, the turtle hoisted him onto his back, floated on the waves, and pressed steadily onward. The rabbit, soaked through and riding on the turtle's back, was in a miserable state. It was as though he were mounted on a galloping tiger. No easy matter to get down, even if he wished to. And as he remained there, the fleshless part between his legs rubbed painfully against the turtle's hard shell until the pain became unbearable.
Sir Turtle, is there no tavern nearby?
And what would you do with a tavern?
I should like to find some suitable tool and drive a handle into your back like a stake, so I might hold on.
If you ride long enough, you will learn the trick of it.
The rabbit's thighs hurt terribly, but worse still, his stomach churned until he thought he might die. Like a man overcome by seasickness on a boat, he vomited everything inside him, down to bitter fluid, while the turtle teased him shamelessly.
Very good. Once you reach the Dragon Palace, fine pills will enter that stomach day and night. So it is best to empty out all the mountain fruits you have eaten and cleanse yourself thoroughly.
Never mind pills, I shall die before I even arrive at the Dragon Palace.
And yet the rabbit did not say that he wished to return to the mountains. Enduring with all his strength, he traveled on for a long while, and little by little he became accustomed to it until his fear began to fade. Only then did the scenery of the underwater world unfold before his eyes. With the sturdy gait of a sedan bearer, the turtle at last arrived outside the crystal gate of the Dragon Palace. The fish soldiers guarding the gate bowed upon seeing him and asked,
"Have you returned safely? And have you captured the rabbit?"
This one who has come with me is the rabbit. Bind him securely.
With that, the turtle went inside. But when the rabbit heard this, he knew that something was terribly wrong. Quietly, he asked the soldiers,
For what purpose has the rabbit been brought here?
Our great king has fallen ill and no medicine has helped him. His life is in danger. Then an immortal came and said that only by eating a rabbit's liver could he recover. So the special palace official was sent to capture one. But what I cannot understand is you. If you were bound to die by coming here, why did you abandon your homeland and follow him all this way?
Hearing this, the rabbit realized that death was indeed upon him. He sat there blinking, lost in thought. Before long, a great commanding cry rang out from within the palace, and all the ministers of the underwater kingdom gathered. In an instant, soldiers bearing flags, spears, and swords lined the hall. Huge whales and enormous fish stood like pillars on either side, while salamanders and serpentine creatures leapt before and behind, holding banners aloft. In such a fearsome atmosphere, the rabbit was brought in. Surrounded by those great-bodied creatures, he looked no larger than a fist. What the turtle displays here can be read as a kind of use of theory of mind. The turtle is not simply blurting out random falsehoods. He is running a second mind inside his own head, a simulation of the rabbit's mind. What he demonstrates cannot be adequately described as mere loyalty. Through sheer observation, he instantly picks up on a few crucial data points: that the rabbit responds to the honorific master, and that he is vulnerable to forms of lack such as the desire for recognition and the dream of upward mobility. When information is processed fluently, people are more likely to accept it as true. The turtle overwhelms the rabbit's critical thinking with a smooth, uninterrupted narrative that leaves no room for objection. The Dragon King, meanwhile, sets the wrong KPI from the start. In what should have been an interview for the task, "Who is capable of bringing me the rabbit's liver?" he instead asks, "Who is most loyal to me?" The turtle gets the job by offering the bizarre logic that it was said that the spirit of loyalty entered our line through them, and because of that, I too was born with loyalty already in me. That has nothing to do with the actual skills required: deception, persuasion, or the ability to survive on land. If the turtle had been loyal but lacked verbal cunning, he would not even have managed to start a conversation with the rabbit. He would have been eaten by the mountain beasts before accomplishing anything. The Dragon King sent out a faithful servant, but by luck, that servant also happened to possess the talents of a natural-born con artist. This is not a matter of moral virtue, it is a matter of cognitive skill. The Dragon King's real assignment is deceive the rabbit and bring him here. But the question he effectively asks is, how loyal were your ancestors? Systems demand legitimacy. Reality demands technique. The turtle is a deceptive technician who bridges that gap with remarkable precision. It would be too simplistic to treat the rabbit, who falls for all this, as nothing more than a fool. What happens to him is a much more intricate process, in which self-deception is produced by the interplay between lack and the desire to see only what one already wants to believe. The scene where the rabbit first mistakes the turtle for a pot lid or a lump of cow dung is not merely comic, it shows the rabbit's first lack. He knows almost nothing about the underwater world. A second lack is that within mountain society, he does not really have a name. He is just one more frivolous little creature. When the turtle addresses him as Master Rabbit, that functions as proof of social existence. Before asking the rabbit to give up his liver, the turtle first feeds him something like a narcotic, a social identity. A third lack emerges more directly. The rabbit asks whether there are any officials in the underwater court who are educated, and whether any of them are large in stature. To the turtle, those questions would have sounded like this: "I'm afraid they will look down on me because I am not well educated, and I have always had a complex about my small size." The turtle's response there is excellent. There are none. In one move, he soothes the rabbit's anxieties and reinforces the fantasy that in that world, he could become a unique and incomparable being. With every question, the rabbit's escape route narrows, and the turtle's net grows tighter. The rabbit's deepest tragedy lies in his groundless self-confidence. He probably spent his life thinking, "I am this clever. I speak this well, so why do the mountain beasts look down on me?" Then the turtle appears and tells him, "You have the qualities of a minister greater even than the tiger." The rabbit's mind receives this as a truth finally discovered. It is the final confirmation of the self-image he has been waiting for his entire life. The rabbit is deceived by the turtle, but at the same time he sells himself over to the lie he has always wanted to believe, borrowing the turtle's voice to do it. What is interesting is that the turtle works by assuming a certain universality, and those assumptions turn out to be correct. Surely the underwater world, like the mountain world, has situations where capable people are not properly recognized. Surely high office comes with privilege. Surely even in the mountains there is some equivalent of office and rank. In the previous episode, the abalone produces an accurate image of the rabbit on the basis of a groundless memory from a previous life. Here, a similar pattern repeats itself. The turtle does not know these things for certain. He simply projects the logic of his own world outward, and it works. The rabbit does the same thing. Instead of studying the specificity of the underwater world, he projects onto it the grammar of the mountain world that he already knows. The premises offered by the turtle, that power is sweet, that ability ought to be rewarded, that there exists a heroic narrative in which one leaves home and succeeds elsewhere, all sound so universal and self-evident to the rabbit that he fails to see the specific purpose hidden inside them, namely that he is being brought there to surrender his liver. The turtle's fraud succeeds precisely because universality really does operate. The mountain world, too, has hierarchy, lack, and a desire for recognition. These exist as premises no one even thinks to question. In other words, this work says, do not trust principles, while the very basis of that warning is the fact that principles really do work. For a work to satirize universality, universality has to exist, and because it exists, the object of satire is precisely the person who is fooled by it. The message, question the principle itself, stands on top of the actual functioning of principle. I think this concretely shows the major tension in this work, the same tension I mentioned in the previous commentary between principle and efficacy. When the turtle speaks about the dragon palace, when the rabbit speaks about the mountain, and when the turtle rebuts the rabbit's description of mountain life, it is hard to say that any of it is simply false. The turtle speaks of the splendor and safety of the dragon palace, safety at least in the sense that there are no tigers there. The rabbit speaks of the beautiful four seasons in the mountains. What each of them hides is only the reverse side of that landscape. In that sense, what they offer is selective truth. We reconstruct the world by gathering fragments of appearances, the fragments each of us wants to see. The turtle gives the rabbit exactly the fragments he wants, and the rabbit eagerly pieces them together into his own ruin. By this point, the rabbit is already moving in a fixed direction. His lack, his self-confidence, the turtle's selective truths, and even the scarcity effect of this offer will not remain open forever, all converge into a single line of movement. He is no longer deciding whether to go. He is only resolving his last remaining anxieties one by one. There will not be danger, right? They will not look down on me, right? The turtle understands this, which is why his answers grow shorter and shorter. In this story, the fox is the only one who speaks the truth, at least from the observer's standpoint. Water is dangerous by nature. Official life is no small danger either. If you go, you will die. There is no lie in what the fox says, and yet truth fails. Earlier, the bear accurately identified the core problem in the mountain assembly, but changed nothing. Speaking correctly in public and actually moving the order of things are entirely different matters. The fox is a variation on that same theme. Truth can neither change the system nor save a friend. The fox can only say, do not go. He cannot offer an alternative. He cannot say, you can become prime minister. You can enjoy wealth and glory. There is a world where your worth will be recognized. What the fox is really saying is probably this: it is better to stay here and go on being ignored. The turtle does not even feel the need to refute him head on. He says, in effect, that fox once asked me to take him along, but I refused because his heart was rotten. He is only trying to stop you now because he wants your place for himself. To contaminate the motives of the one speaking truth. This is the most efficient way to neutralize truth without ever having to refute it. Everything the rabbit imagined about the dragon palace was made entirely of language. Wealth and glory came from the turtle's mouth alone. The rabbit had seen none of it with his own eyes. But now, for the first time, physical reality rises before him. Endless water, a scene so vast that he cannot tell where the sea ends and the sky begins. This is the first moment when he confronts sensorially what he has actually agreed to. By now, the turtle's answers are openly flimsy, and still the rabbit accepts them. He has already turned the fox into an enemy. He has already heard back from the turtle a humiliating picture of mountain life. Most of all, to abandon the narrative of, I will become a great minister in the dragon palace, would mean returning to being a nameless mountain creature once again. Then the soldier tells the rabbit the whole truth. The dragon king is ill. The rabbit's liver is needed. That is why the turtle came to capture him. And the soldier adds, what I cannot understand is you. If it was obvious you would die by coming here, why did you abandon your homeland and follow him all this way? The soldier is speaking to the rabbit, but the question is really addressed to the audience. Can we honestly be sure that we are not riding on the turtle's back ourselves? Or are we too in the middle of delivering our own livers, deceived by the universal premises we wanted to believe in. What is your answer?